Okay, so this video, all right, I had to do, y'all. I had to do. This is my thing. That's what I don't understand. You know, I seen it come up quite a bit. It was just like I did the video on Queen Op, and people coming for her saying that she was abusing Shell. And I'm like, yeah, and y'all are watching her abuse Shell. And I get it, because somebody has to stand up and say, well, this is not right. It's wrong. But at the same time, what people behave and they present themselves in the way that they're getting validation from it. You don't want to be treated a certain type of way, then you don't keep rewarding people in the behaviors that if you're rewarding them by attention, by anything, they're going to believe in their mind that what they are doing is fine, even when they know good god darn well it ain't. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, you're letting me. And you can say all day long, oh, I would never do that to people. I would never treat people this way or that way. It don't matter. Everybody don't think that way. And at some point, you have to realize these things. You have to realize these things, okay? So when the more that you tell you support people without setting up and interfering and going after them and challenging, okay, well, this is what they're doing. They're abusing other people. They're bullying other people. Whatever the case may be, you can easily step in and say, nah, I'm not going to support this, and I won't. Or you can allow it to happen. If the person is getting rewarded with attention and money, currency, they're going to keep doing it. It's plain and simple. I don't understand why people don't get this. It's just the same as Sukihana. Okay, so people coming for Sukihana, I think it was the VMAs, I'm not 100% sure. It was one of them award shows that I don't really watch. Sometimes I might, sometimes I don't. It doesn't matter. She was on all fours at, you know, on the red carpet. And people are like, oh yeah, you need to act more ladylike. You should not be presenting yourself in that way. Okay, and she shouldn't. Okay, maybe she shouldn't. But at the same time, I kind of feel like, when does it become, like, where does the imbalance take place? Okay, because if you have Snoop that's able to walk 4-5 women on a chain, on a dog leash, on the carpet, then why can't Sukihana just walk herself in like a dog on the carpet? Why? What is the difference? Oh, is it because Sukihana is showing that she is in charge of her own sexuality, no matter how corrupt and immoral it could be? You know, she told Delicious, you know, remember Delicious from Flavor Flav? Is that Delicious, you know, commented on how she should how she should be representing herself as a woman. Like, okay, yeah, you know, you've been acting like this, that's not so good. And Sukihana responded like, okay, yeah, says the woman that slept with Flavor Flav. I laughed. I found it amusing. And the reason why I found it amusing is because, like, it's true. Baby, you was in the industry. And you was doing things, even though you knew you was not interested in that man, you still allowed yourself to be with him because you thought it was going to get you somewhere. Okay. You was on the show and all that. And maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I doubt that it got you to the places that you wanted it to get you to. But then again, now you're coming and you're speaking on Sukihana. Okay. For going the route that she wants to go to get places because that's how she's getting rewarded. Do I feel like it's right? Not necessarily. It's not my life. But at the same time, I do understand that it influences and it affects the younger people's lives, the people that don't got no say, that does not control or are not responsible for their own minds, right? And thinking for themselves because they want to be like everybody else. I do understand that it affects these individuals. Although, it's like I said before, you got a boiling pot up on the stove, baby, to where it's really hot and it's boiling. It's boiled so much that the water is boiling over the top of it. You don't go and confront the water that's boiling over the top. You don't go and confront the spillage. You got to go turn the source off. You got to stop it at the source. Right? Turn that stove off. So why do we feel like attacking Sukihana and people as the such is going to do anything? If only thing you're going to get them arguing their right to behave the way that they want. You're going to get them coming back like how, you know, kids do to parents, where they're like, oh, wait, you're telling me not to have a baby at 16, but you did. Of course, as a parent, you just want them to have a better life. You just want them to do better than you. But are you modeling the behavior for them to do better than you? And even if you are, is it a chance that they still may do the same thing that you did and feel like, well, mom did it and she made it? Yes, of course. So these are all different variations that come into play when we deal with confronting people on their behavior. So just keep this in mind. Also, like I said before, look at all the songs, you know, look at all the songs, look at all of the ratchetness that's taking place that has created a Sukihana. When, you know, men, and this is not a man bash woman thing, it's just the truth, are rapping about fetishizing, supporting financially the women with this look and this image and the wigs and the heavy makeup and, you know, and not even just that. Because, you know, this is not anything personal, y'all. Y'all can really wear what y'all want. But I'm just saying, with the attire that's, you know, less attiring, the least amount, the best amount, you know what I'm saying? When they're modeling themselves like that, when they're rewarding women that's like that, and then they want to come and judge the women for being like that. They want to come and judge Sukihana. How does that make sense to her? When she sees all of that being elevated, it's like I said, they want to reward these people, and I get it, it's a structure in place that's designed to really take a lot of us down, if you know what I'm saying. But at some point, when do we really say, hey, you know what, I don't blame Sukihana, I blame the people that put this out, that's producing this type of stuff, that's backing this type of stuff. Sukihana is just representative. Like, if she's going to have a choice whether she's going to be out there being poor versus making money for this type of image or this type of behavior, which one you think she's going to pick? And she's not wrong for how she justifies it, mind you. And not only that, can I please add on the fact that she has also mentioned that she was in special education? So we expect her, not that you can't make the right decisions because you're in special education, but I'm just saying, does that say more about us? And does that define us more as human beings, as people, than it does her? Does it say more about us than it does her? I think it does. And then you got these people like Corey Holcomb. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I really don't care. He always has something to say to me. He always has something to say, but he's coming from a one-sided point of view. Sukihana is way younger than him. He's a grown man, honey. I mean, he's gotta be over 40. He's definitely over 40. But he wants to say things, okay, and speak on things that the youth is doing, that children is doing, because this is what they see, this is what they do, instead of saying, hey, you know what, Sukihana is not right. Yet morally, that's not what I want to see my daughter look like, or young ladies look like, or present themselves like. But at the same time, y'all, she's probably not going to be able to change this if, you know, men that's rewarding this type of behavior doesn't change this. You know, the industry doesn't change this. You know, we can't just come together as men and women and say, okay, this is probably not something that we want to see mainstream. But at the same time, don't we have adult content? I'm just saying. And y'all know I'm just coming to give my opinion. You like before you just go and be like, do I feel like it's, you know, trauma there and abuse? Yes, I do. Like I said, she said she was in special education and she has disabilities. I feel like that's there. But at the same time, I feel like she is a result. And if we want to get down to the root cause of what's going on and change it, we have to go turn the stove off, not try to fight the water that's boiling over.